Welcome to the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sports Hub podcast presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics and Lake Sumter State College. I'm your host, Kyle Coppola. Thanks for joining us today. Today we are joined by Tavares High School basketball, and we got Coach Cary with us and Coach Burnett. Thank you guys both for coming on to the program with us.
And thank you for having us.
Absolutely. You guys are off to a 6-7 start this season. You guys are doing really well to start the season off. A couple of big wins for you guys so far. Can you tell us a little bit about the season so far, Coach?
Well, coming to the season, it's just all about building on progress. First year, we started the season, I think we had, 6 freshmen on the team, and we kind of took our lumps. Second year, we were a little older, but we got hit with the injury bug. We lost 59 games to injury. But we still had progress. We ended that season 18-13. And so this year, we peppered up the schedule a little bit. Out of the 22 games that we have, 8 of them are versus 7A schools, and we're a 4A school, so that's a good challenge for us. But we're 6-7, and we're learning our way, and we're looking to take some of those lessons that we learned and finish the season strong.
Especially for Tavares, the last time you finished 500 was 2011, so hoping to get back to that in 2024 and 2025. That'd be a great accomplishment for you. Coach Burnett, you've been around the Tavares program for a hot minute, you've seen the ups and downs of the program. What's going right this year? Everything seems to be trending in the right direction for Tavares.
I believe it's the leadership and the culture, the ones we have, and they're growing into the program and they're starting to listen more and gain that knowledge that we need, and then the experience that comes from playing over the time has definitely helped. But it's mainly, like I said, the fact that they're buying more into what we're trying to sell to them, pretty much, and that's where the success is starting to get where we're trying to get it to.
Let's talk a little bit about your history too. You played at Tavares High School. You were a multi-sport athlete there. How did you become the assistant coach here?
Like I said, after I finished playing in my time, like I said, I got offered by the administrator that's at Tavares, Coach Glass, for me to come back and coach. And so I came back and I helped them. Then it's my alma mater. You know, I've loved doing everything Tavares. So I got that opportunity for me, and then AAU travel basketball is kind of where I kind of learned my knowledge. I've been doing that for like 16 years. So when Coach Cary, like I said, came and got the job at Tavares, he came out to one of my AAU events, and after that we started talking about where he wanted to take the program. And once he kind of saw that my vision was what he needed my vision to be, like I said, we've been clicking ever since. Like I said, trying to build it, trying to get Tavares where I remember Tavares being at.
Yeah, and plenty of people 2 decades ago, they know where Tavares basketball was, and hopefully you guys can get it back to that point. And all things are pointing toward an upward trend in the right direction for you guys. When you first took the program on, Coach, where was it then, and where is it now? Because I feel like the kids have started to buy into everything that you guys are teaching them.
The year prior they were 3-17. The year before that, I think they were like 1-20.
Yeah, it was a tough stretch there for a while.
Yeah, and I coached at Leesburg, so we used to come over there and play them, and I kind of knew where it was at and kind of knew what I was getting into. But I just feel like if you water your own grass per se, you put into your own program and you take time to build it up, it'll get where it needs to be. And so I think like first year, like I said, we started out with like 8 freshmen. We went 2-22, of course, because we're playing against 18, 17-year-olds. But a lot of lessons were learned. Last year we went 8-13, and this year we're 6-7. Playing like 7A schools on the schedule. So lost a couple of close games, but I don't like to call them losses. I like to call them lessons. And hopefully those lessons will pay dividends at the end of the season as we go down our backstretch.
People might not know this, but you're also a state champion in the state of Florida as well. You're you won with Leesburg High School when they were going through their state champion in 16 and 17, that whole era. What did you learn under Coach Campbell? Because he has taught so many kids in the area, but not just kids, but it's been coaches who have come back and given back to Lake County schools.
That's like my brother. He actually ran track for my mother at Carver Middle School in Orlando, and we worked together. So I knew when he first got the job at Leesburg, and he reached out and he said he needed some help. So I came over, and that's when I kind of fell in love with Lake County, because each city has its own school.
Yeah.
But he allowed me to come in and input and see, wherever he needed help with, whether it was skill work, was offense or defense. And, it was perfect marriage. And it helped me, be the coach that I am now. And that's why I took a step out to see if I could, lead a program.
What are some of the philosophies you like to preach to your guys? Like I feel like Tavares High School is having a lot of success. Scoring this season has been really good for you guys as well. I feel like the scoring has been up this year compared to last year, and comparatively over the last 2 years, you guys are competing in games. I mean, you went over against Leesburg High School a couple of weeks ago, and you guys competed in that game. It's not like you guys were getting blown out or anything like that. You guys competed, even though you lost that game. You guys competed against a pretty good Leesburg team squad.
It's just our kids growing, understanding concepts more, putting the work in. Like when I took over the first year, I had one kid that played summer basketball. Like we got probably 18 now. We started our own summer league team because which is ran by Coach Burnett, which is the Plain City Elite, to get our guys more experience. And so they're coming in with more confidence, basically some of the same offense and defensive sets that we run. We run in the regular season, so they're not really just out there thinking about where should I be. Now they're actually executing and trying to make a play.
Yeah.
And then it's just knowing your personnel. I don't come in with a set program. My program is built for my players, their particular skill sets. So I think all of that is paid dividends, and you're kind of seeing reaping the benefits of all of that hard work.
Yeah, it's definitely great to have a feeder program as well. How's that been, building that, Coach?
Well, like I said, it's been pretty easy for me because, again, it comes from my AAU and travel basketball. So the idea of just I'm great to me, I feel like, at development because I've been doing it so long, youth and everything like that. So for me, over the summer, that slows it down enough to where you can go back and do fundamentals and things that a lot of times when they get to high school, if it's not already taught, they lack out on fundamentals. So with the summer program, like I said, it's time that I get to really dive into the developmental individual parts of the game, so which obviously helps when it comes down to being able to be in the right play or make the right decision when you get in those. So for me, it's like I'm back on my playing field pretty much. So I really enjoyed that program.
What's it been like to give back to Tavares and the community that you grew up in too? That must feel really good.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I mean it's been a goal and a passion, like I said, of mine. Like my biggest thing for me is I've coached, because it's so long, I've coached parents of these kids now. Like my assistant coach now that works with me, I coached him when he was young. So I always enjoy, like I said, kids or grown men now that come up and tell me, or still remember me as coach. I coach at the YMCA in our off time just to give back to those youth as well. So I just enjoy watching a kid's growth and seeing that I had some type of part of helping them get to that level.
I think it's really cool that a lot of guys give back too, because you think about guys who give back. As a Wesley Nino Green for Eustis High School, he's a guy that has given back plenty. Tanner Clark for Umatilla High School baseball, he's a coach over there. He played in the area. It's just great to see guys giving back in the community, Coach.
Yeah, and that's why I made sure I got Tavares guys. JP, which he talked about, he coached. Also, we brought in Melvis Campbell, which was the middle school coach at Tavares Middle. He won the middle school championship about 3 years ago. So my junior group, actually, they played for him. So it's just, I surround those guys around me because I know they know the community. I'm out in the community. Like I said prior, I feel like I'm a Tavares guy now. But it's pays dividends. It really has, and the kids have connected to us.
Some of your players too, which we're going to get onto the program here very shortly. You got Kevin Daniels here and Amare Walker, who we're going to be talking to. You also have Isaiah Williams, who's been putting in the work. He's got a bunch of offers. He's a football guy, of course, a linebacker. He's actually a defensive end, but he's got a lot of offers from D1 schools. So you got a lot of talent this year on Tavares High School.
Young talent, and they're just learning. They're working. I think our biggest thing with our team is I have kids that love basketball. If you find a kid that loves basketball, yeah, of course, when you come with me and my eyes is on you, you're going to work hard. But after you leave practice, the love is what makes them come in there and they actually work and put the extra work in. At the love for the game, they want to come in and they learn. So they're coachable. They're actually trying to get better. So that has been kind of infectious with our program. And it's pushed everyone forward to get to where we are now.
He mentioned the love for the program. Are you seeing that at the JV level too? Because you're the JV coach, and you also deal with a lot of the youth guys. Are you seeing that at the youth level as well?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, that's what I was saying about culture. Like, it's part of our culture of the idea of we instill guys that love to play the sport, not guys who like to play.
Yeah.
So that's been what we've been preaching. So like I said, now it's becoming to where it's sticking to them. And then, like I said, most of the times if we don't have practice, they're contacting me. Can you train me? Can you open the gym? Can we get up shots? I'll run into the guys, like I said, that Kevin and Amare, when you bring them on, like those guys, I see them outside of practices. Doesn't matter. There's always a basketball in their hands. Yeah. So when we catch those type of things, obviously we praise it, and I make sure it's acknowledged across my kids' level to understand, because being so young, my JV kids are just as young as the varsity kids. Yeah. So the idea isn't taught to them that if you want to get to this level, you have to work just as hard. So the culture thing has definitely been something that we're pushing. And yeah, like I said, all of our kids are at the point to where they're in there because they love the sport.
I don't think you guys have a senior night this year.
No.
You're one of the few teams in the area that doesn't have a senior night this season. So you're not going to have the senior night, but you've got a young group of guys that have so much potential for the future. And we're going to be talking to some of those guys coming up next on the Sports Hub. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back next on the Sports Hub with more with Tavares basketball.
Or restricted range of motion keeping you on the sidelines? Get back in the game with expert orthopedic care from UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics provides robotic-assisted surgical joint repairs and replacements, post-operative care, and inpatient rehabilitation services, all close to home, right here in Lake and Sumter counties. And for those unexpected injuries, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics offers convenient walk-in and same-day appointments. To learn more or to schedule an appointment with one of their specialists, call 352-323-5665.
Hey, everybody, we are back here on the Sports Hub. We're talking with Tavares basketball. We got Coach Cary with us, and we got Amare Walker with us. Amare, thanks for joining us.
Welcome. How you doing?
Yeah, we're doing great, Amare. You guys are off to a great season, 6-7. You're also new to the area from New Jersey, so down here you guys got the sweatshirts on. It's a little chilly so far, but really exciting for you. You're averaging 7 points a game so far this season. Can you talk to us a little bit about how the season's gone for you so far?
The season's been going good. I have my ups and downs and stuff like that, but I know as long as we're winning, I know I'm okay.
Yeah, definitely okay, and you're doing really good. Talk about his play so far and what he's brought to the Tavares program.
He's been a shot of energy to the team. He's our best perimeter defender. He's asked to do a lot. Mm-hmm. He plays off ball. He plays guard as well. But when Kid is out for a break or whatever, he assumes the point guard roles and he leads the team. He was averaging probably about 12 points a game. Yeah. But when Isaiah Williams came, and now the focus of our offense has shifted a little bit. He's his points have dipped some, but it's not because of poor play. I think you had 17 versus Timber Creek. Yeah, and that was early off in the season. So he can't score the ball. He's asked to do a lot, set the table, to score, to defend, and he's one of the main reasons for the success this year.
And you're such a young guy, so you're just a sophomore coming in here, and you're coming from New Jersey. So what is the difference between New Jersey basketball and Central Florida basketball?
It's really it's the athletes, to be honest. Like up north, we have a lot of skilled guys, but down here they got a lot of athletes. Like they might not be skilled, but they on defense, they quick guys. You got some long athletes who can finish around the rim hard.
Yeah.
Up north, there's a lot of skillful guys.
Yeah, definitely a lot of skills up north, but down here, I mean, there's some dogs down here for sure. Talk about playing with Isaiah Williams too, because he came in. Of course, he's a D1 athlete for football, getting scouted by all sorts of guys. What's it kind of been like playing with that guy?
Nah, it's been great. He's like a great athlete. I'm not gonna lie. He's one of the examples of what I was talking about. I throw him in a post, I know he's gonna finish on somebody.
How'd you get into basketball? How'd you start playing?
Most of the people in my family, my brother, he was number 7 in the state of New Jersey for basketball on ESPN Top 100. My dad, he was a Hall of Fame for St. Peter's Division I. They won a MAC tournament, and he was 6'7" power forward.
Wow. Yeah. So it runs in the family.
Hopefully he grows to be about 6'4".
Yeah, that would be great. Get a couple of extra inches on you, right? But as far as the team goes, what has it been like building a team with guys like this? Young guys who come in, and especially him, he comes in, this is his first year with Tavares, but he's had an impact right away.
Well, as a coach, you got to know what you have. A young team, you got to let them, you throw them in the fire early. And I think that's the strength of our program is we give kids opportunities, But with that saying, they play, they learn on the job. They're going to make mistakes. I don't yank them for, 1 or 2 mistakes. I let you try to play through it. And film studies is where it's the gold is at because, while they're out there and you're yelling at them, they don't know why they see something wrong. Because they can't see themselves play, but when they actually come back to the film, they say, "Oh, coach, I see this and that." So it's just more teaching. You have to teach them what you want them to do out there. I don't yell at kids for stuff that they don't know or I haven't went over. So it's been a pleasure, ups and downs, but that's to be expected. But I know that the future is bright.
Yeah, one of the really cool things about the future at Tavares High School is this is a program that has been down for a while, but they are on the mend and they're coming back in the area, and that's so good for Lake County and Sumter County to have Tavares coming back with their basketball program. What's it been like to sort of be a part of that? Because you're kind of right in the middle of it. You came in and you kind of thrown right to the wolves right away.
It's like I only know us as being decent, a decent team. I don't really know the background history or anything. It was us being bad or good. So I kind of just come in fresh, thinking we can just try to take on a competition and just win.
Yeah, he comes in with fresh ideas, right? He didn't have to see all the things that were going on, but you guys building that the last couple of years, it's been fun to watch, Coach. It really has to see what you guys are building, and this is good for Lake County and Sumter County in general to have a good Tavares basketball team because Tavares is over 100 years old. It's got such a history.
I did my research when I came in. I got to tell you, we won a state title in 1950. I was like, oh, they actually won a state title. But just asking around in the community about, what Tavares basketball used to be and trying to get it there has been amazing. There's been a lot of coaches, even when we were struggling early, that had a lot of positive things. They could actually see the change. Because actually, when you're knee-deep in it, you can't see it changing. But there's, we've had a couple of parents that have actually wrote in support letter saying, we love what they're doing over there. So that keeps you going. That really does keep you going. And it's easy to see now when you're winning because we got a little bit of momentum. We want to keep that going.
Right.
But I'm aware of where it's been, and we're most definitely. The question isn't will it get back there? It's when. Yeah, definitely. The way it's looking right now, for sure. Are there any things that you've learned from Coach so far that you can take with you? Has he taught you anything that has really impacted you so far?
Yeah, definitely. before when I'd play defense, I would try to play more laterally, try to beat the guy. But I noticed when the guy's running full speed with the ball, it's kind of hard. He taught me, like, try to beat them on a run to the spot and get in front of them. Also, like, when I'm throwing, like post entry passes to, like, Zay Williams or something, if I'm throwing it high, make sure it's even with, like, the rubber on the backboard, or low, make sure I get into the outside hand so the defender can't reach for the ball.
How about you, Coach? What have you learned about your team this year that maybe you haven't learned in years past?
We're scrappy. They love to get after it. We're not that big, so we got to play fast. Defensively, we got to be up in your face. And we've done a great job. I don't care whether we're down or up, coming full force with the defense and the offense and not giving up. And that's been a drastic change. When we first got here, like I said, you had freshmen, we couldn't even trap.
Wow.
Yeah. And so now to be able to run different defenses and have some type of strategy and things of that nature, that's how can I say it?
It's come a long way.
It's come a long way, yeah. And to see the progress, that's the thing. If we work in Kelvin, all the coaches, we put a lot of time and effort, and the kids put a lot of time and effort. And that's kind of the reward when you can see it progressing and moving in the right direction.
What's your favorite part about playing for Tavares High School?
My favorite part is really just the guys on the team. We're just like a family on some stuff. We talk to each other outside of school, things like that, support each other.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's what we talk about, like building a culture. They have their own group chat, and they get together and, hey, let's get shots up, this and that. That's why I asked, hey, what did you do? And I think, your shot, 300 shots? Yeah, before practice. And that's the type of stuff that we need, when you're out there and you're yelling at a guy, this and that, you take it differently when you know it's somebody in the foxhole with you that's going to have your back,
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck on the rest of your season. Thank you for coming on and learning a little bit more about you, Amare.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. When we come back, we're going to be talking with Coach Burnett, and we'll also have Kevin Daniels on the program as well. We're going to take a short break here on Sports Hub. We'll be right back.
Are you ready for your future to take flight? Whether you're graduating high school or looking to level up, Lake Sumter State College offers affordable degrees and certificates that will punch your ticket to success in a rewarding career. Plus, with programs like Direct Connect to UCF, your opportunities with LSSC are endless. So, what are you waiting for? Join us in Leesburg, Claremont, Sumterville, Four Corners, or online. Learn more at lssc.edu.
Hey everybody, we are back here on the Sports Hub. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Coppola. We're talking with Tavares High School basketball. We got Coach Burnett with us and Kevin Daniels. Thank you guys for coming back onto the program. Kevin, welcome.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Yeah, definitely. Kevin, your team is currently 6-7 this year, having a great season so far. Tavares, you started last year on the varsity team, and now this year you guys are having a great year. 10.8 points per game. That's what one of the team leaders. I believe you're right behind Isaiah Williams as far as points go. Talk a little bit about your season now and how things have been going for you so far.
I love how the season is going. I feel like it's going great. There's a couple games we should have won earlier on in the season, but we definitely gonna get those games back when we play these teams.
He talks about some of the games you should have won, Coach. Some games that have come down to buzzer beaters. Talk about that. And you guys could have a winning record right now.
Yeah, like you said, we're definitely looking forward to getting those revenge games as it's been. But it really came down to, like I said, us being young in those games and not having that experience to be able to close out the game. So it was a lesson, like I said, that had to be learned. So now that we've learned that lesson and we're continuously learning those lessons, we definitely have revenge to get, as he said.
He's talking about lessons learned and everything like that. What are some of the lessons you've learned the last 2 years playing with Tavares High School?
My vision. I see the court way better from Coach Kelvin. He helps me see where my teammates are. Like my teammate Isaiah Williams, he helps me see him on the post more and how to get these entry passes into him, and not just him, all my teammates. And my turnover ratio has gone down, and my assist ratio has gone up. So yeah, my vision definitely.
And you also play, of course, with Amare Walker. We just talked to him, and Isaiah Williams, a couple other guys who make up Tavares High School basketball. What's it been like playing with those guys this season? I feel like this is the best team Tavares has had as a team in the last couple of years. I mean, this team seems like it gels together quite well.
Yes, sir. Me too. I really think this team's gonna be the best team that we have. But I love my teammates. Like, they push me during practice, especially Amare Walker. His defense, his best defense I have in practice. Like,
So how'd you get into basketball?
it all started when I was 5 or 6 years old. I've been playing basketball for 10 years. I used to be out in the parking lots with my dad doing these ball handling drills. Like, I used to have like a parachute on my back, and I just used to run up doing drills, crossovers. Yeah.
So going from that to playing varsity and playing against some of the best kids in the state of Florida, what's that been like?
That's a good question. It's been kind of challenging, but I like the challenge. Like, I feel like I step up to it and, take it on.
And especially these guys on the team. You mentioned challenges. Tavares has been through a lot of challenges the last couple of years, but they've risen to the occasion. And you've been a part of those challenges as well, Coach.
Yes, like I said, yes, it's been once you get that group of guys. Like I said, the biggest thing that I noticed, even when I used to play, like I said, we played with Jermaine Taylor and things. One of our biggest problems I've always felt at Tavares was the coaching stability, or coaches aren't staying long enough to really be able to rebuild. If you look at the winning programs that are around, with Wesley and certain guys, like, once you're able to, you find a coach that actually implements and stays to want to build that, you start seeing, like you said, these guys that loves basketball, that come into your program, and then that's, like I said, the steps that's needed to be able to get us to where, like I said, we're trying to get to.
And when you think of coaches that have been in the area and have had success, like Colt McDowell with the Villages, you think about A.J. Bryant over there at South Sumter. He's been there for, I think, almost a decade now. Sean Campbell, and then Wesley Nino Green over at Eustis High School. You see how programs can, gain stability, and I think Tavares is starting to feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, since Coach Cary, it's been so since he's gotten here, you can tell when me and him talk, it's about, like you said, what his vision, and it's a long-term vision, which is, like I said, one of the reasons why I really, when he offered me, I jumped at the opportunity to be able to come back and help again, because it wasn't, like you said, I'm here just for a moment it's been a real. He's put in the work. Like I said, we grind every day. He comes from Orlando. So it's been this focus of, I am here to rebuild this to where it needs to get. And like I said, now the results are starting to show more.
So, Kevin, you obviously have been part of this and have seen it go down. What's that been like, sort of just being on the team and having Tavares basketball come and be more stabilized the last couple of years? That must be feeling pretty good for you.
Yes, sir. I love to see the progress from last year. We have more guys that are love the game now, actually want to win now. I'm not saying we didn't have that last year, but the drive is harder. We don't want to be trash. Well, not trash, but people look down on us a little bit, and we want to stop that.
Change the narrative a little bit of Tavares, and I think that's starting to change in the area, which is really great. What's it been like playing on a team of young guys? Because you guys don't have a senior on the varsity team, so what's the leadership been like on the team?
I'm pretty much the leader. The guys call me Cap. I try to make sure the guys are all in the right spots and make sure they stay composed, and I try to make sure they're being heard and stuff. When they want the ball, I make sure to feed it to them so they're not feeling like I'm ball hogging or nothing.
Talk about his leadership as well.
Yeah, like I said, he since he's been here, me and the coaches always talk and laugh and stuff with him. But since he's been here, he's a kid that goes every play with a high level of energy and always smiles. I think I barely ever see him not smiling. And like I say, he was asked to do a lot as a freshman, starring point guard on varsity last year as a freshman. So it's a lot of bumps and bruises that he had to take, and he hasn't folded at all. Like I said, he has risen to those challenges on that. And so they always look to him. Again, he is one that we look to be able to lead the guys, because like I said, he does it on the court by example. Off the court, it's the same. He asked me to work out with him. It's just the drive. So once others see how he moves, then it becomes something that's just it just flows and everybody. So it became easy. He's an easy vocal person to go with, pretty much.
Smile like that wins you a homecoming king, or get involved with student government at the school or something like that. When you're not playing basketball, what do you like to do when you're not doing basketball? He's like, I just like playing basketball. He likes to ball out.
I spend time with family. I like spending time with my family.
Gotcha. And it's a family atmosphere at Tavares High School. You're starting to see that come back and have that, which is a really great thing as far as that goes. As far as the vision for the program with you and Coach Cary, where do you envision it the next couple of years?
Oh, I see us competing for past districts and regions, and you know, within the next couple of years, like I said, we're still learning, but by next year, I feel like we're competing with top of 4A. Like that's how strong with the guys we have, and our growth and progression. Like I say, like the addition of Dylan Campbell, and like I said, and with Isaiah and these two guys that we have. So I feel like there's no reason why we wouldn't be able to compete with the top of our division. And
you've got a chance to become one of the first teams in 2 decades to have a winning record at Tavares. It's got to mean something for you guys. You guys got games coming up against East Ridge on Friday night, and then you've got Umatilla, Wekiva, Mount Dora. So there's a stretch of games here that you could go on a run for sure, Coach.
Absolutely. Like I said, we're ready. We're ready to get back at it. Our last practice was super intense. So like I said, we're driven. When you ask about my JV, so like I said, well, my guys, I make, like, the scrappiness, I make sure when we do our little practices and stimulation things against them that we are doing everything in our power to push them as hard as we can. We try to beat them up a little bit just to get them prepared, like I said, for what's to come. So, again, the coach, we are excited for this second half of the back end of the season to see what we can do, pretty much.
Final question for you, Kevin. What's one of the biggest things that you've learned from the coaches since you started playing here? Of course, you came from Orange County, and then you came up to Tavares, and now you're playing with Tavares High School. What are some of the things you've learned the last 2 years?
Temper control. Usually a couple games I've lost my cool in because certain calls I don't get, and then I just start going crazy, and the coaches help me calm down. Like Coach Kelvin would talk to me, tell me to calm down. He would sit me down, and then make sure I'm right in the right headspace to get back in the game and do what I do.
He's got such a nice smile. I can't imagine him being angry, but
yeah. The smile doesn't leave. I mean, angry or not, that smile is still there. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you both for coming on. I want to thank everybody for coming in. We had Murray Walker with us, Coach Cary for coming on. I want to thank you guys for coming on as well. That's going to wrap things up for this week on the Sports Hub. I want to thank our partners, UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics. I also want to thank Lake Sumter State College for sponsoring this program. That's going to do it for this week on the Sports Hub. We'll see you on the next edition.
This has been the Style Sports Hub, presented by UF Health Medical Group Orthopaedics.